Lesson 14, beginning now. So, vocab video, chapter with embedded questions, and journal entry. Yeah, that's okay. We can handle that. Let's go to the vocab slide. Open your notebooks to the next available vocab spot. Campaign. It's an organized course of action. So you usually talk about political campaigns. In other words, people who are trying to get elected organize a campaign with ads and speeches. Or a military operation. A military campaign would be, we are going to attack Finland. And then it's like, here's how we're going to do it. That's the campaign. Siege. It's a blockade of supplies to a strong place to force surrender. I'm writing strong place here because it could be a fortress or it could be a city. It's when the other side in the war or battle has the advantage because they have a fortress or something. But then you know, they can't live there forever if we cut off their supplies, if we cut off their food or water. So that's a siege. Rabble. It's a disorderly crowd. The rabble, maybe the mob. Rabble is a little bit different because then they're not organized at all. You could also say, if you're talking metaphorically, you could say, don't let the rabble in. Like if you're an elitist, you don't want just the normal people to come into English. Don't let the rabble in. Only let 7A, B, or C. The elites. Wet. I mean, in older English, it'd be wet. Nowadays, we just say wet. So as a verb, it only is a verb. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, it's to sharpen a knife, but you can also say it for your appetite. It's an old way of saying to stimulate the appetite. The delicious smells from the kitchen whetted her appetite, and she was hungry for luxurious veggie burgers. Pact. It's an agreement or a treaty. Appease. It's a verb. To satisfy or pacify. Miss Carlson was super mad, so the class appeased her by giving her chocolate. Not a bad idea. Oh, that's fast. Here are the expressions. If you're feeling under the weather, you are slightly sick. Is this even in the book, or did I just make that up because there were no... I think I might have just found that online because it's a good expression for you to know. So still write it down. I don't think it's in the book, this chapter. If you're feeling under the weather, you're feeling slightly sick. Yeah, I did just add that one. All right, take a moment to study. Guys, remember, every lesson, I give you less than an hour's worth of work so that you do have time to study, so that you don't have to freak out before the vocab quiz. The next vocab quiz after chapter 1 to 9 will be chapters 10 to 17, after we've finished the book. Back to the website. All right, so you've jotted down your vocab, you've taken a moment to study. I understand if you don't want to study right now during attendance part 1, in case you're like, am I going to finish part 3 in time? So maybe after you do 1, 2, and 3, then go back and study the vocab, because you probably won't have used up the whole hour lesson. So then you'll have some time to study vocab. All right, exciting chapter, kind of sad chapter today. Attendance part 3, here are your journal entry options. Option 1, you could just reflect on what happened in today's chapter. That might seem like a boring option, but when I was in university, I had a professor who gave us a book or assigned us to buy a book that was sometimes a little boring, sometimes interesting, and our homework essentially after essentially every lecture was to reflect on something in the chapter. And what was good about that was I would read the chapter and maybe parts of it were quite boring, but then there were like 1 or 2 parts that stimulated interesting ideas in my head, and I could just focus on that when I was writing an essay about it. So then I picked what was inspiring to me, and that was different for every student. So It's an option. Just pick what is inspiring to you to reflect on. Okay, otherwise, you could write a journal entry from Peter's perspective as he's about to lead a battle alone. Guys, that'd be so scary. I would never, ever want to lead a battle alone. Gosh. Pretend you're Peter. Or answer this question. Have you ever had a feeling that something bad, dreadful, was about to happen? Were you right? How did it turn out? Could be interesting for me to read. All right, so here's a reminder that some of you forgot in the last lesson. For the Narnia Journal Entries doc on Google Classroom, you need to click on Submit before you can do any editing. I got a whole bunch of requests to give you access. No, just click on Submit. And I told you that in the email. Oh well. So click on Submit, write a paragraph, don't forget the date and a title, and click Turn In again. Click on Submit, write, click Turn In, and you're done. Won't take you too long to write a paragraph. Remember, I usually give you only 7 minutes in class to write a journal entry. Today, you have plenty of time to write this journal entry, so I don't want to see short, tiny little journal entries. Finished early, 10-minute ab workout. I just did this one, and it's a little bit lame because he does a workout for 30 seconds and then rests for 30 seconds. So it's on, off every 30 seconds, so it's kind of easy. And he's complaining the whole time that it's so hard, which is funny. But whatever. At least you're getting some workout, or you can do your own workout, or go outside. All right, that's all. Contact me with questions, and see you soon, I hope.